welcome to another Zincast, and yes, we got a snowstorm on the way. It's Snowmageddon, it's Snowzilla, it's bomb, cyclone, blizzard, typhoon. I don't know. I hate the media with all their fear-mongering ways. But no, we got a snowstorm on the way, and yes, we got winter storm watches, winter storm warnings, blizzard watches, and blizzard warnings, all up and down the eastern seaboard, depending on where you are. And it's a real storm, and it's probably the biggest snow that we've had all winter. Actually, no, not probably. For most of us, it will be the biggest snow that we've had all winter. So now, let's talk about it. First things first, timing, right? Everyone wants to know about timing. So, you're gonna see some snow showers all day. That's not the event. That's a cold front coming through, which, by the way, temperature is about 30 degrees right now. Temperature's gonna be dropping, okay? By tonight, somewhere in the low 20s. By tomorrow morning, and going through the day tomorrow, in the teens, okay? Snowing with teens, that leads to snow ratio, snow growth, okay? And I'll get to that a little bit later. So, but let's go back to timing, because I got sidetracked. Timing, let's say around 7 p.m., 8 p.m., right? New York City, down south, obviously a little bit sooner. Further north and east you go, a little bit later. End time, tomorrow afternoon, let's say 2, 3 p.m., okay? Again, down south a little bit sooner. Further north and east you go, a little bit later, right? So, and oh, by the way, tomorrow, after the storm ends, this snow is going to be light and fluffy. It's going to be blowing all over the place because it's still going to be windy. So, I mean, you're still going to have cut down visibility. And, you know, they plow the road and snow just blows back on the road. And that's another thing, ton of snow drifts. If you're not a trained spotter, you're gonna have a hard time measuring this snow. So we're gonna have to rely on those trained spotters. So let's talk about the evolution one more time before we do the snow map. And again, you want technical discussion, I have about 10,000 videos on this storm. We've been tracking it since last week, Thursday. All right, on YouTube. Okay, so remember, 500 millibar pattern, right? We're looking at the short waves. They come in, they phase. When does that trough go from positive to neutral and negative? And when could that 500 millibar low close off? That means it gets stronger, okay? The sooner that all happens, pretty much means it'll be closer to the coast. And at that point, more precipitation the further west and the better dynamics on land rather than in the ocean, okay? The people in the eastern areas, like the east end of Long Island, Rhode Island, even Connecticut, Maine, Boston, Massachusetts, and those folks, okay? You guys are gonna get pasted no matter where this storm, where it sets up, okay? So at that point, hey, let's look at I'm talking about it, so might as well put the snow map up there. There's a snow map from yesterday. I made some changes, okay? There's a snow map from this morning. You'll notice that I did move snow totals a little bit west, right? Not that much, but a little bit west. And again, there's going to be higher snow ratio. We talked about that, right? So I do think that these storm totals are possible. And you'll also notice I added the orange zone. The orange zone is 18 to 24 plus. You'll notice that little note there says you could get above 24 inches in that area in pockets. I could see places hitting over 30 inches in those pockets, okay? It's where the best banding sets up and so on. But that's going to be reserved for the folks on the east, most likely Boston, places in Maine, and so on. All right, but for our neck of the woods, you could see 6 to 12, 8 to 14 for the northern suburbs, right? Kind of right on that area. And New York City, you're kind of right on that area, the 8 to 14 to 12 to 18, right? So that leads to the Central Park line. We haven't done one of Central Park lines in a while, right? We haven't had a big enough snowstorm to justify it. So yeah, where do we put the Central Park line? Well, New York City, I kind of got you in the 8 to 14, 12 to 18, right? You're so close there, right? So I'm going to say, I'm going to put the line at 15.3 inches in Central Park. Who's got the under? Who wants the over? Hey, put those in the comments. I'd like to know who wants the under, who wants the under, who wants the over. Okay, 15.3 inches Central Park line. And I'm saying that at 10 a.m. We are about less than 12 hours to game time, right? So might as well get that line locked in. Someone called DraftKings and FanDuel and all those guys and let them know Zin made his line, all right? All right, and I do want to point out one other thing, okay? We throw away the models now, okay? Like I said, we're within 12 hours to game time, less. Throw away those models. It's all about now casting, okay? It's a form of Zin casting when I do it. For you all, it's now casting. You just take a look at the surface. Take a look at the surface, take a look at the upper atmosphere, you take a look at the current conditions, you match it up with the radar and everything, and you see how it all pans out. And I'm telling you, I am confident with that forecast, but this can easily shift a little bit. Again, that timing is so subtle that we're talking about 50 miles one way or 50 miles another way, and you could shift those totals 50 miles, and that's a big shift if you think about it, okay? But in the way this storm is setting up, it's not that big a deal in the global scheme of the storm. But for us, it makes such a big difference. That's the funny part, right? The storm, it doesn't make any difference. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this Zincast. Please like, subscribe, hit all the buttons, comment below, give me your over and your under. You like the over, you like the under, 15.3. Remember, that's what I said. All right, and yeah, and just remember, the models don't make the weather makes the weather. Have a good one, everyone.